Hi guys, and welcome to Thankful Thursdays. As always, you've got me, Kel, and also Rachel. So as you probably already know by now, the topic that we are looking at this week is about the women that have had the most influence in our lives, and we're all answering or looking at the same topic. So when I started thinking about this question, I decided that I wasn't going to mention any specific names because I don't know if anybody that I'm not aware of watches these videos, and if they do, I don't want them to come to me and say, Kel, I wish you hadn't mentioned my name or anything like that. So kind of for their privacy, I'm not going to mention names. And in terms of kind of deciphering who to mention in this video, I decided that what I would do is I would look at childhood, recovery and sort of post-recovery, where I'm at now, and the people that have had a big influence in my life at each of those stages. And I was thinking about my childhood and about, who I considered to be a role model when I was growing up, and I honestly can't think of anybody. And I don't know why I can't remember anybody that I kind of aspired to be like, but I wonder if perhaps for people that have had long-term mental health struggles, because I sort of realise, having been diagnosed with an eating disorder and gone through the treatment process of that I was probably depressed for quite a while before I became ill with anorexia. I wonder if people that struggle with mental health in the way that I have, if because we tend to have such low self-esteem and low self-worth, if the reason I didn't aspire to be like anybody was because I didn't think I could be, so I kind of didn't want to give myself something to achieve that would make me feel like even more of a failure. I don't know if that's something that any of you guys relate to, but I really couldn't think of anybody, and I just kind of was wondering why, and that's kind of my conclusion anyway, at least for now. Since developing and starting recovery from my eating disorder, I have, however, had quite a few people in my life, quite a few women in my life that have been amazing to me, and I think very highly of and respect very much, and they've had huge influence on my life, be that people that briefly were in my life, be that people that were in my life for some time and then went, people that are still in my life. And they definitely came in all different shapes and sizes and different types of relationships and things like that. And I think that probably, the first person I can think of was probably around the time that I started to realise that I was struggling with being ill. And from there has probably been easily a dozen women that have had a great impact on my life, and none of those are famous people or celebrities or models, and it absolutely has nothing to do with their body shape, their body type, their weight, anything like that. All of these women have had some things similar in kind of varying degrees between them, and I would say many of them were quite strong women, and I don't mean physically strong, but I mean sort of strong in character. They knew who they were able to put across their opinion, have their say. And I don't mean that in an aggressive way, I mean, they were just secure within themselves, and they were strong in that they could express themselves and be themselves. And I think they're really good things. Other qualities that these people have had is that they've been non-judgmental. Every single one of them has been non-judgmental and has accepted me just as I am at whatever stage they've found me, whether I was still ill, whether I was recovering, or whether I was recovered. They've just accepted me as I am, baggage and all, and I think that that's something that's not always easy to find. Most people in today's society, without perhaps intending to do so, can be quite judgmental of one another. And I think all the women that I'm thinking about have just accepted me and everybody else as well as they are. Other qualities is that I think most of them have had quite an attitude about them. I don't suppose it comes across in my videos, but I have, I suppose, an odd taste in humour, which most of these people have appreciated if they've, had a huge amount of interaction with me. I've appreciated that within me, and I've appreciated that within them as well. A lot of these women have had varying degrees of struggle themselves, and I don't necessarily mean an eating disorder. You know, most people have a story to tell about something in their lives, some adversity they've faced, and they've all come out of it on top. They've all survived it, they've all been strong and made it, and they all seem positive because of that. They're all sort of cup half full type people, or that's at least how they come across. And I think that these are all amazing qualities in people to have. I think they've all achieved things in their life that I think, you know, that's great that they've done that type thing. And I think none of them would let barriers get in their way, which I think is really important, because life's full of hurdles, but you have to learn to kind of manoeuvre around them, jump over them, break through them. You can't, you know, stop every time a barrier is put in your way. And these are the type of things which have inspired me in accessing treatment, in staying in treatment, and in developing myself as a person now I'm out of the other side of recovery. So there are all sorts of qualities that they've possessed, none of which, like I said, is related to body or size or anything like that. And in all honesty, I don't think I'm even that conscious of other people's like weight and size. I'm not that conscious of mine now either, actually. But when I was ill, you know, you would have thought that perhaps because of the comparative nature of having an eating disorder, you know, you compare everybody around you, I would have been conscious of that. But I really don't think that I was. I think that they were just good, strong, caring, compassionate, inspiring people. And I have friends around me now, people here on the channel, not naming any names specifically, and close friends in real life who inspire me on a daily basis just by fighting, by being themselves, by making me giggle, you know, by giving me a reason to keep bettering myself. So I'm going to leave that there. So I'll see you next week, guys. Take care of yourself till then. Bye.